So let's get right into it. Tesla's recent shareholder meeting, well, it wasn't just any old corporate meeting. No, this was the stage for a massive trillion-dollar drama. We're talking a hugely controversial pay package, a deeply divided group of shareholders, and a vision for the future that sounds like it was ripped straight from a sci-fi novel.
And at the very center of all of this is this one absolutely staggering number, nearly $1 trillion. Just let that sink in. That's the potential value of the pay plan for Elon Musk that shareholders just gave the green light to. It's one of the biggest compensation deals in corporate history, period. And it really sets the stage for everything else we're about to unpack.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start with that trillion-dollar payout itself. Then we'll look at the price of genius, what he actually has to do to earn it. From there, we'll dive into the pretty intense battle for accountability before exploring what Tesla is calling its new book and this vision for an age of abundance.
All right, first up, a $1 trillion payout. You know, it's a number so huge, it's almost impossible to really wrap your head around. So let's try to put it in context, shall we?
Think about it this way. Musk's pay package is worth more than the entire yearly economic output, the GDP, of countries like Belgium or Argentina. It's more than double the GDP of Bangladesh, a country with 174 million people. This isn't just a big bonus, you guys. This is wealth on a geopolitical scale. It's mind-boggling.
But here's the thing. This isn't just a blank check. This massive payout is tied to some of the most insanely ambitious corporate goals ever put on paper. So, what exactly is the price of genius here? What does he have to deliver? Okay, so to get the full payout, Musk has to hit these 5 incredible milestones over the next 10 years. We're talking about growing the company's value by more than 5 times, launching a million-strong robotaxi fleet, selling millions more cars, and, oh yeah, produce 1 million humanoid robots. I mean, each one of these goals is a moonshot all by itself. But as you can probably guess, not everyone was thrilled about this plan. And that brings us to the very real, very public battle for accountability that went down among the shareholders. This was a house divided.
So the final vote came in at about 75% in favor. Now that's a clear majority for sure, but that other 25%, that represents a huge block of opposition, and it includes some major players. Big institutional investors who were raising some very serious questions about corporate governance and just general oversight.
And you know, the pushback wasn't just about the money. Shareholders brought up some really big concerns. They pushed for proposals on everything from audits on child labor in the supply chain to tying executive pay to sustainability goals. They even fought to give smaller shareholders more power to hold the board legally accountable. And the board? They recommended voting against every single one.
The New York State Comptroller, Thomas DiNapoli, he didn't mince words. He flat out accused the board of a bait-and-switch scheme, saying they turned their backs on investors right after moving the company to Texas. This quote really captures that deep sense of betrayal that some of the investors were feeling.
So, with a price tag this high and a fight this intense, you have to ask, what's the justification? How do they sell this? Well, that brings us to the third act, the grand, sweeping vision for what Tesla is calling its new book.
And at the meeting, in his own words, Musk framed this moment as a complete, fundamental shift. This wasn't just turning the page to a new chapter, he said. No, this was starting a whole new book entirely.
And at the heart of this new book is a brand new mission, achieving something called sustainable abundance. The idea is to build a world where technology can provide for literally every human need, goods, services, even healthcare, all without destroying the planet in the process. It's a vision that goes so far beyond just making electric cars.
And this whole story, this new book, is built on 3 massive technological pillars that Musk believes are going to define our future: full autonomy, humanoid robotics, and of course, artificial intelligence.
So, the first pillar is the cybercab. Now listen, this is not just another self-driving car. This thing is a purpose-built robotaxi. We're talking no steering wheel, no pedals. It was designed from the absolute ground up for a world where the cars drive themselves.
And the way they want to build it is just as radical. Musk's goal is a production cycle time of less than 10 seconds for each vehicle. I mean, that's a revolutionary speed. It would totally transform car manufacturing into something that looks more like making iPhones. It's just wild.
Okay, pillar number 2. And this is where things go from just futuristic to full-on science fiction. We're talking about Optimus, the humanoid robot. This isn't just a machine for a factory line. It's designed to be a general-purpose robot that could one day be in our homes, our offices, everywhere.
And Musk's claims about what Optimus can do? They are absolutely breathtaking. He has called it an infinite money glitch for the global economy and says it's the only way to actually eliminate poverty. I mean, that is the incredible scale of the ambition that he is selling to his shareholders and to all of us.
And they're not messing around. The timeline for this is super aggressive. They plan to start producing the third version of Optimus next year, with a new, much better version coming out every single year after that. It's this rapid-fire, iterative approach, and it's all aimed at achieving massive scale fast.
So, let's just imagine for a second. What does the world actually look like if all of this works? If this vision succeeds? Well, this is what Musk is calling the age of abundance.
The future they're promising is just extraordinary. A global economy that doesn't just grow, it explodes in size. Robots performing surgery with superhuman precision, the actual end of poverty. A giant global AI network that's powered by all the Teslas that are just sitting idle, and it doesn't even stop there. We're talking about Tesla vehicles and Optimus robots building cities on the moon and Mars.
And that brings us right back to where we started. The crucial point here is this: that trillion-dollar pay package, it isn't really just about building more cars. The board's whole argument is that it's a massive bet. It's a bet on keeping the one person they believe can actually pull this off and build this completely new world.
But as we stand here, right on the edge of this incredible future, powered by AI and robots, Musk himself ended his presentation with one final, profound, and honestly kind of unsettling thought. He said, long-term, the AI is going to be in charge. We just need to make sure that AI is friendly. And then he asks the room, how do we do that? And that right there, that is the real trillion-dollar question he leaves us with, as his company bets its entire future on building that very same AI.